Alright, well, as you can see, I'm not in my usual setting. Currently on a little bit of a hike type thing, checking out the moors in southern England, and I just figured I wanted to use this time to sort of talk about what I've learned throughout my whole journey of being in England, spending this time away from home, being abroad, all this stuff that I hope I can share with you. So I wrote it all down in here. This probably won't be a crazy long video. I just want to read a little bit for you guys. So, during this time of, properly adulting, I'm living on my own, I've got to buy my own food, cook my own food, budget and everything. I do have a large amount of stuff, taken care of, but this is a pretty good taste of, I guess, what adult life is in some capacity, I think. But, some stuff that I've realized over this time being here is, it's okay to care about what people think about you and say about you. It's human nature, really. It's something that we all do. And it doesn't, mean you're some sort of self-absorbed freak or shallow imbecile that, only cares about what people think about them. And it's okay. It is okay to care about what people think about you because it is what we do. We are social creatures. But you can't let what people think about you be what fully dictates how you feel about yourself. So, just want to mention that point. But, it's also okay to need a little break. I mean, what I'm doing right now, after this, I'm going to have a little bit of food, have some water, and then get back on the trail. I went through a little bit of a hiccup back that way that I'll share with you guys in the video before or after this. So, yeah. It was a bit of not a tragedy, but it was not ideal. It was okay to just, take a little break, It's good to give your body time to just recuperate, rebuild, just sort of, rest and recover type shit. So, it's okay to need that. But you gotta be able to get back up and keep moving forward. You can't, just shut down fully. If you want to improve, you've got to be completely honest with yourself. Honesty with yourself is the most important thing if you want to do any level of improvement. It doesn't matter how much discipline you have, it doesn't matter how determined you are. If you can't be honest with yourself and you can't look at what you're doing wrong, figure out ways to adjust it, you're not going to improve. So you've really got to just be able to be fully honest with yourself if you want to get any better with things. Budgeting is very, very difficult. It's very important though. If you're someone that struggles with budgeting or, has never really budgeted before or all that stuff, then at least just learn how to track how much you spend in your head and estimate how much you have left afterwards. So even if you can't, keep a perfect budget, learn how to manage your money in your head and just know how much you're working with, because if you can't even do that, you're just going to be in the fucking dark every day of your life, not knowing how much money you have left, constantly checking. So just learn how much, just learn how much you have, how much you've been spending, and just keep that in your head. Once you're able to do that, you'll start to be able to budget pretty well. So that's definitely, a very useful thing that I've found. So pushing yourself to work hard is really good. I've been doing that with this hike. I pushed myself pretty hard, but I also chose to, reroute, readjust. There's horses around me, by the way, and it's super foggy. It's really fucking cool. I'll show you guys in a second, but there's no good beating yourself up over every little thing you do wrong. You gotta be able to just, mess up, tell yourself how to do better, tell yourself you gotta do better, and leave it at that, and just try and do better. There's no use in the whole woe is me type of mindset that I see a lot of people have. But there's also no use in having this I could do no wrong mindset that I see a lot of people have as well. So you just got to figure out a good balance between those two. You just got to figure out how to manage having humility and admitting when you're wrong, but having self-respect and not letting that single mistake ruin your entire self-image, self-worth, everything. Also, don't get tied to possible outcomes or things that haven't happened yet. I see a lot of people, especially around my age, get tied to this idea of I'm not dating her yet, but maybe I can. stick to what is. Just deal with what is, deal in that, and you'll eventually be able to get better, I think. Don't deal in these, possibilities or things you want to have happen. If you want something to happen, actively work towards it. Otherwise, there's no reason to try and, live in a fantasy of, I really want this to happen, I hope it'll happen. If you're not going to put the work in for it, live in the reality that is not what you're hoping for. Health is wealth. It's pretty self-explanatory. Health is like the most important thing in your life, really. I mean, it is your life. But I want to finish this off with a quote. It's, do you think a bird trusts its wings or the branch when it lands? All I know is that I've never seen the branch break and the bird fall. So just trust yourself. Learn how to have faith in yourself. Learn how to work hard, and I guarantee you, it'll work out eventually. But let me show you what I'm talking about, by the way, of like the horses and everything. It's super foggy. Not really sure how well you can see it all, but over that way there was like some horses. I don't know if you can really see them that well unless I do that. Whatever. I'll be able to look better at it in post, but with that, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Be good people, and wish me luck on the descent of my hike.